Hey, August Block here again, and I'm just wrapping up a morning training ride for Paris-Brest-Paris, 48 miles up the coast and back. The conditions have been pretty optimal today, to be honest, considering for the last 3 weeks it's been about 90 degrees plus. Today it's probably in the high 70s, maybe 80. Wind is super light, and that's probably going to be reflected in my speed. Though I did come back on the trail, and that has a lot of stop and go, so maybe not, but it's just been a really enjoyable ride. Nice to get a break now and then from the elements. But today I've been meaning for a while actually to go over kind of my post-ride ritual, and I actually recorded some of the elements of it a while ago, but I just never posted them or pieced them together. So today I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be talking about my supplements and the exercises and a few other things, and I'll go ahead and post links in the comments to all of the supplements, products, exercise equipment that I use, in case you're interested in following up on that. But before we get there, I'm going to go ahead and close this ride out, and so let's just hit it, and then we'll talk about that post-ride ritual in just a few minutes. Okay, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. See you, bye. Alrighty, that was a great ride. There are a few post-ride things I do when I've got my game on, at least, and I'm doing my dream state. So I'll walk you through those right now. So for core strength, I can't really do sit-ups or crunches because of my lower back. So what I've found is that really the best thing for it is the ab roller. The ab roller is incredible because it hurts so much. It's great. And if you haven't done it just for like a week, you're gonna get crushed by it. Like you won't even be able to get out of bed in the morning. If you haven't done the ab roller in like 2 weeks, you'll have trouble getting out of bed after doing 20 of them. So they're pretty awesome. So I'm just gonna do 2 sets of 20. Just keep it light, just for conditioning. Another thing that many of you may have never heard of, and it's something that terrifies me about long distance riding, is a thing called Schirmer's neck. Schirmer's neck, it only happens with ultra endurance cyclists. And they say that people only experience it after about 800 kilometers. So you got a long time before it happens. But basically what Schirmer's neck is that the muscles that hold up your head just completely fail on you after some point in a ride. From just being in this position and holding your head up like this, after 800 kilometers, your head has no ability to raise it and your head's just flopping and you just can't control it. It's just so creepy sounding to me that I don't want that to happen. So it's probably far-fetched because maybe I do some strength training already. I do have some neck issues, so it's a possibility. But just the idea of my head just flopping and not being there are photographs of people with their heads propped up on some PVC mechanism and some straps around their head, holding their head up as they're riding along because their head is just flopping down. So to me, that's a terrifying thing. So in order to hedge against that, I do this medieval exercise It's my second reference to medieval because I think there's something about it that just seems so like dark and weird. But I've got this head strap right here. It goes on my head, and I've got 20 pounds of weight on it. And I put this thing on after a ride like this. This is so funny. It's a good thing that I'm doing it now publicly for you, but it's a good thing this isn't public because it's kind of silly, you know. But like, you get this weight on your head like this, I do, and then first I stretch, and that helps so much because it just loosens all the muscles. It's hard to stretch your neck, and I get real benefit from that. And then I just do 20 lifts. The next piece before I shower is I take my supplements just to let them start to settle in my system before I eat. A D3, a B12, as I mentioned earlier, major improvements there. Fish oil, some joint health here. And this is a new one for me. Well, actually, I'll do this one first. Magnesium. So I take magnesium, but I typically take magnesium before I go to bed at night. I'll take like 400s because it makes me sleep really well. It makes my muscles really relaxed, and it's good for digestion too, as you can imagine. But a new thing for me is this like Bio X4. Now, I'm not recommending this because I don't know anything about it. I just got it, but I watched a 42-minute infomercial on it on Facebook, and it was quite convincing. And I've been taking this only for a few days, and I already feel a significant difference in every aspect of the way my body processes food, sleep, rest, alertness. So I don't know if that's that or anything else I've been doing because I do so many things at the same time. But that's another one. It's called Bio X4 by Nucific. Okay, that's the other one. So I take these, then I hop in the shower. So I think I'll just weigh in now for you. I feel like it's only fair to start this. I know we're about 4 days from the start of the 90-day point, but it's as good as any to sort of like weigh in and see where I stand. So now I'm going to make my smoothie, but as I do that, I'm going to talk about the weight thing for a second. So I weighed in 182.8, I think that's what it said. That feels a little bit heavy for me. I wouldn't normally be that weight, and if I look at a BMI chart, or I look at a weight chart and a height chart, I'm 5'11" and a quarter. I just went to the doctor 2 days ago. They told me I'm 5'11" and a quarter. Apparently I've shrunk half an inch in my life. So I'm 5'11" and a quarter, and I weigh 182.8 pounds. So by any chart, I'm about a little over 3 pounds overweight, technically, for the range, for the top of the range. Well, it gets a little confusing. I tend to agree with that because I know that I'm not lean. I just know that. I have a little bit of softness around my belly. I could lose a few pounds. And typically, I run around 170, to be honest. I've been lower, but I think 170 is about where I belong. But it gets a little confusing when you're strength training. And I've been strength training for the last 3 or 4 months. So I don't know if that's adding some weight on there. I don't know if that's 5 pounds. I don't know if it's 4, 3, 5, 10. I don't know what it is. I know I need to lean out a little bit, but I don't know if I'm that as far out of range as I would like to be. So I typically would target a premium weight for this kind of event at 170. That's like a strong weight for me. I could even go to 168 or 166 to be super lean, but I don't want to start eating into muscle, and I do need fat reserves for good long distance. Like if I'm racing, I could be leaner, but these long hauls, having some like fat reserves, you need it. So I don't want to be so leaned out that I don't have any reserves, but at the same time, you know, it's a little ambiguous what my weight should be. So I'm going to kind of tentatively target like 175 with the weight training. So that puts me at about 8 pounds to lose to be at a premium weight. Okay, so there you have it. So now let's talk about my shake. My protein shake. I've taken my supplements, and then I always use this stuff here. This is called Gold Standard 100% plant-based protein. I do that after I do strength training or after I do a workout. And fill it with frozen fruit from Publix. Delish. I keep my blender out in the garage on the workbench because this thing is so loud. It's like a 2-stroke dirt bike. So I have to like turn it on and then basically run from it because it's like piercing. Here we go. Even inside the house, it's like wah, 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 wah. Okay, it's done. Let's go get this baby. Oh my God, it vibrated these rags over to the side there. Alrighty. Let's go get some of this nectar. And don't worry, things haven't gotten entirely eccentric yet, but they might start to. This right here is my magic cup, which my sister sent to me as the last remaining one of her collection from like 10 years ago. I always have my smoothies out of this cup, and I always drink water out of this cup. It's so refreshing, you know, the color, the size is right, you get the right quantity. It's just a great cup. It's plastic, it doesn't break. So here we go. Daughter, I have a boba straw, which I put in upside down. Okay, well, that's a wrap for today. Great session, good ride. Thanks for coming along. See you next round.